Hello, and welcome back to HunterTuned. We are on our way to the racetrack right now with the Mustang, and let me just tell you guys, it's not looking good. So, they said that the racing is on for today, and everything is good to go, and they kind of, gave us the okay, like, hey, we're going to race today. They said the track was ready this morning at like 10 o'clock, and it's like noon now. The gates open at noon, and we're like 10 minutes late, or 15 minutes. But like I said, it is like raining kind of weirdly. Like it's like misting outside and it's like overcast. But they said it wasn't supposed to rain like all day. It was just supposed to be like a little bit of rain here and there kind of thing. But it's just like overcast, dreary day with like mist in the air. So hopefully they still race, but there's like random big ass raindrops that are falling on my windshield, which is kind of weird.
That's what it's... Just speckles.
Yeah, there's just like rain speckles everywhere kind of thing. So I just want to make a pass. If we can't race today, I'm going to go down to Union Grove tomorrow for Import Wars. So yeah, we'll see if the rain holds out or not. But yeah, wish us luck. Alrighty guys, we are at the track and we are actually in line. They are racing. The weather is clearing up. As you can see, it was raining in the, staging lanes here. You can see the water, but they got the track glued up pretty good today, and we're gonna be making a pass. Michael just set my tire pressure.
Yep.
What'd you set them at? 5.
Fast. Good 60.
Okay, all right.
Not Honda, but yeah.
Mustang's tire pressure. We run around 12 to 13 pounds air pressure on this car.
It's right in between there.
Yeah, perfect. 12 and a half. We just set the 2-step up, 4,400 RPM. I'm gonna launch it at. We'll see what it does. I am not going too crazy on the boost the first pass. I think it's on 15 or 16 pounds. Yeah, let's just hope for a good pass and see what it runs on medium boost. All right, guys, first pass. Spun the tires. Man, when she got out though, holy shit. A 1060 letting out of it with a 1.960 foot because I spun out of the hole pretty bad. But man, the car bumped in really good. It left on 10 pounds of boost and the track couldn't hold it. It's cold out today, guys. But whew, we got the jitters going on today. Yeah, letting her eat. Alrighty guys, so we did get some data on the car. It was a little bit rich. I played with the tune-up a little bit and I pulled out a little bit of fuel on the top end of the map. because at high RPM it seemed like it was going like 10-20 air fuel, and then when I would shift it'd go to 11.0. So above like 5,500 I pulled 5% of fuel out and then kind of smoothed out the table a little bit more. We're on like 18 pounds of boost right now, and yeah, the bump box worked pretty good. Michael's like, oh dude, you could cut a light with that. Yep. Because it actually bumped into the beams, and that seemed like it was working, but it smoked the tires on the fucking leave, which I've never done on this car. So it should leave pretty hard if the track can hold it, but we were following a bunch of street cars with street tires. They didn't have slicks. So I'm gonna line up again in a little while after some hot rod cars that have slicks on it. That way the track has some more bite down on it. Because when you're following street tires, the street tires leave, you know, they just don't leave down a lot of rubber to get it to bite.
What? Street tires rip up the glue, so it's on prep.
Yeah.
And then you have your slick that needs the prep, and it's not there.
Yeah, literally we were pretty much just racing on a no prep right there. So, what'd you set the tires at?
11.
The first pass they were at 12 or something? They were at 12.5 the first pass, the tires were, and now we bumped them down to 11.
They were at 12.5 and you came back and they were at 14.
Yeah, they were at 12.5 when I left, and then I came back to the pits and they went up to 14 pounds. So we'll lower the tire pressure down to 11. Hopefully that'll help out. I'm not gonna touch a two-step because I feel like the car should plant this power right now, so, but it kind of sucks because, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna follow hot rod cars and hopefully it'll do a little bit better. Pulled some fuel out of it, and that's it. We're gonna go up for another run here in a minute. Good burnout. Camera fell off the dash. I've never been pinned so hard. Holy fuck. Hang on a minute. Whoa! Oh, fuck yeah! Yeah! Fuck yeah! I'll talk to you guys in a minute. I got some good news.
take fuel out too.
It's still rich.
Yeah, really rich. Are you shaking?
It fucker's fast.
I think you're
I've
shaking.
never, dude, when I grabbed it, when it stuck in first, dude, it pinned me so hard.
Did you lift throttle at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was in it. I was in it to win it, dude. 972 at 142. All right, guys. So I just did the fastest pass of my life. Car went 972 at 142.7. Honestly, I expected the car to mile an hour a little bit better, but went 113.7 to the 8th, 147 60 foot. It was just like a good leave, and that's why it ET'd so good. It left pretty decent, and I can't. My neck has never snapped harder in that fucking seat. I need a neck brace, honestly. So, yeah, car's rolling, guys. It is rolling. I think we were on 16 to 18 pounds of boost there. I'm not exactly sure how much boost that was. I think it was a little rich still on the fuel side of things, but man, insane. Insane. Alrighty, guys, so that was a little bit of an eventful last pass. If you guys do notice, the car no longer has a windshield. We had a plastic windshield in the car we threw in it last year, and it was fine, but we never put a center brace in it, and we should have. That's my fault. I'm lucky I didn't get hurt. Definitely need to get some safety stuff. We need a fire suit, and we need some other stuff. But yeah, like I said, the windshield buckled at like 900 feet out. The windshield buckled, and it wasn't from speed, it was from acceleration speed. Because the car, it still went 970, lifting like 4 times, and lifting early because of the damn windshield. I was on the brakes. crazy. I'm lucky I didn't get hurt. Like I said, I had my helmet on, and you know, the car did its job, I guess. But the windshield, I definitely need to get a better windshield setup in the car. We just kind of threw that one in there, and it was fine. We went 144 at the Grove with it, 143, and we didn't have any issues. But today, that was all she wrote. So we need a new windshield for the car. I got to figure that out. And then I'm going to get a fire jacket, and we'll be back. Alrighty guys, we made it back home from the track. Everything is good to go besides the damn window. So the windshield on the last pass, it did end up like buckling in and cracked. So I couldn't run anymore. Gonna have to replace the window on the car, but in other news, we already got the car back at the shop and we're already messing with it, trying to go faster for next time. And the car went insanely fast today, and it was extremely fast. I was very happy with it, but I wasn't happy at the fact of the second pass that I got to make. The car hit the boost cut, which the boost cut was around 22 pounds, and the car hit the boost cut and did not pick up any mile an hour. So this first pass here, we did a 147 60 foot, or I should say the first pass that actually stuck. The actual first pass that we made, it blew the tires off. But the second pass, the first pass that we actually made in the car, did a 147 to the 60 foot, which is not bad. It's not great. I feel like the car should 60 foot a little bit harder. But on the power level that it was at, it was around 8 pounds of boost on the leave, and 8 pounds of boost on the leave did that 147 60. The car didn't get out of shape too bad in the 60 foot. It actually felt like it planted good and it didn't move around or anything like that. So this pass was like my best pass of the day, I would say. But anyways, we'll get back to the 60 foot on the other one here in a second. We went 4.0 to the 330 foot, which is pretty fast. The old combo with the 78, 75 and all that kind of stuff went 450 to the 330. So we definitely picked up some grunt down low. 8th mile was my fastest to date, which is only because we have the good 330 and the decent 60 foot here. It went 620 to the 8th at 113. Mile an hour is still down from what it has done in the past. I have went 115 to the 8th, but not with the good 60 foot and all that. So anyways, moving on down the slip here, we picked up we were 113 to the 8th mile, 130 to the 1,000, and 142 to the quarter, which just tells me that the car is not back halving like it should. It's just not acting like a turbo car. It almost has an ET like a all motor car or like a supercharged car or something like that. It doesn't have that top end charge like a turbo car should, and the car's never had a top end charge like it should because there's just been a restriction somewhere in the system. This car on 20 pounds of boost should go like a high 8, according to a lot of other setups that are extremely similar, similar combos and stuff like that. But like I said, we blamed the converter for the longest time of why the car wasn't back halving and wasn't mile an houring like it should have. And I kind of told you guys like a long time ago, I said, man, the converter is not the restriction. Like, I just know the converter is not the limitation at this point. Now, am I disappointed that I bought the converter? Kind of, because I wish I would have waited until I would have actually maxed out my old converter so I could have saved that money and put it into something to actually make the car go faster. The converter it was a good investment because later down the road when we actually get the car to make proper horsepower like we should, it will not be a restriction anymore. But for it to nose over and only do 142 to the quarter just shows me that the car is kind of nosing over and it's just not making horsepower up top like it should. Like I said, it's got a good 330 and a good 60 foot, but it doesn't have top end charge like it should, like a real turbo car should. So anyways, moving on to this pass here. This is the second pass that we made. I turned the boost up to 21 pounds. This first pass here was on like 16. This was on like 16 pounds of boost. This pass was on like 20 or 21. It tapped the boost cut in second gear, which was 22 or 23. So it was making pretty decent jam here. 60 foot 149 compared to the 147 we did on the first pass. I gave it more RPM out of the hole, and the car actually got upset a little bit. The suspension showed its weakness a little bit. I don't have an anti-roll bar, and I have some junk ass Lakewood entry-level drag shocks. So I definitely have to figure out some rear suspension stuff with the car, put an anti-roll bar on it, and some other stuff so we can get the car to leave a little bit better on that higher RPM leave, or the higher boost on the trans brake for leaving. The 60 foot there actually went slower with more power in it, so that just shows me the suspension was kind of getting out of hand. And you can see it in the video that the car kind of shakes around a little bit, and then it like bounces almost. The car almost bounces coming out of the hole. 330 was pretty much exactly the same. It went like a hundredth faster to the 330 foot with a couple more pounds of boost, which it should pick up at least a tenth, I would think, to the 330 with 5 pounds boost, but it did not. The 8th mile was same. We went 627 to the 8th on 16 pounds, and on 21 pounds we went 624. So another like hundredth or two we picked up in the 8th. The mile an hour to the 8th was slower, mainly because it was hitting the boost cut and I had to get out of it for a second, and then the windshield went after that. So yeah, the car just isn't 60 footing, or I mean, it's not 60 footing like it should, it's not leaving like it should, and it's not back halving like it should. And you guys know, like I said, we changed the converter. I tried ruling out some other stuff tonight. I actually deleted the intercooler to see if the intercooler was possibly a restriction, because it's just a cheap $60 EM USA 2.5-inch core, like it's a dinky fucking thing. I deleted it completely, ran 3-inch pipe right from the turbo to the throttle body, and the car did not pick up at all. It did not do anything different. It acted the same. So that was not a restriction. We ruled out the intercooler from being an issue, and the only other thing that the car could possibly be having issues with is the exhaust. We changed the downpipe, and that yielded us a great result. And I think we need to redo the rest of the hot side going to the turbo now, because if you guys have been following for a while, you know my Mustang has the jankiest piece of shit hot side pipes going to the turbo that anybody could ever lay their eyes on. And I'm probably going to do a totally separate video on this coming, so be sure to subscribe, and you guys can see what we figure out with the hot side. But I think the hot side is starting to become a restriction after like 10 or 15 pounds of boost, because no matter what turbo I put on the car, no matter what I did to the car, it would always kind of nose over at a certain power level, a certain mile an hour, and everything like that. It would always nose over at the same mile an hour, and it wouldn't make any more power than that, and it would always pop the motor. The motor would always go out when I tried to go faster than the 142-ish mile an hour. Every time I try to go faster than that, a motor pops, and I think it's just getting backed up. It's got a restriction somewhere, and I'm thinking it's in the hot side. So that's probably what we're going to be doing in the next few days, is I'm going to be looking into the hot side pipes and trying to maybe redo them and make them work. So anyways, like I said, we had a great time today. It was unfortunate with the windshield incident. The windshield did actually cut me a little bit. I got just a little cut here on my hand. It was just a plastic window. It wasn't anything crazy, but the piece that busted, it fucking cut my hand a little bit. But we're all good. Thank God that nothing else really bad happened with the car. Nothing else bad happened. I didn't really get hurt, and everything was all good to go there. But we did have a fun time, like I was saying. And yeah, so thanks for everybody that's been reaching out and trying to help with the build. Mike from Pennsylvania has been helping me numerous amount of. I can't even explain how much knowledge that guy's given me and how much help he has tried to give to the build. He's been pretty excited to see the car get down the track fast, and he's kind of disappointed in how fast it's going on the certain amount of boost it's on too. So we're all trying to just put our brains together and try to figure this thing out and try to get the car going as fast as we can. And hopefully we don't fuck up more parts in the meantime. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night and a better tomorrow.